Hey, what's up everybody, welcome to another video on my channel, and today I'm gonna show you exactly how I mixed a beat that I actually placed with Mozzy. So no fluff at all, I'm actually gonna show you the real techniques I used to make this thing knock while still leaving space for the artist. So I would say, let's get straight into it. And some of y'all may have heard it already on my Instagram post, but this is the beat that I'm talking about. And now I'm gonna show you exactly how I mixed the drums to make this thing happen. Okay, so here we are in the mixer, and of course, as soon as you start a beat, you always gotta be prepared with a cool master preset. And I always use my master preset from my Mix Essentials kit, but of course you can use any preset that you like. On this one, I only got an EQ and a soft clipper. And what makes this thing so special is not the EQ actually, it's the soft clipper, because I used a setting on this one that nobody else is using. And then you wanna make sure your melody is leveled and mixed right. So you wanna cut out your low end. I always do it around 100 to 200 hertz. Then I always cut out some more mids, so my snare or my clap hits a bit harder, and that is usually between 200 and 1000 hertz. And next on, I always cut out some more highs, so we got some more space also for the high end of the vocal from the artist later on, and also for the rest of our drums. And finally, for the sample, I always add a patcher with a mid-side EQ, so I always cut out the stereo low end from my loop. And you can also do that by opening up the patcher, then go to presets right here, filter, mid-side EQ. Then you want to choose the side EQ, set it to this preset, and then cut out the low end. And that way, only these frequencies are stereo and all of these are mono now. And once that is prepared and your drums are laid down, we can start mixing the drums. And I always do it by turning the volume to 0 and then mixing them in one by one. So I would play the beat now and then mix in each sound to the volume I want it to be. And I cannot really give you a formula on how loud each sound needs to be. That's all personal taste, and it all depends on the style of the beat that you're going for. So I only use my ears all the time and go from there. But what you want to make sure is that your melody is leveled to -12 to -15 dB. And yeah, for the effects on my sounds, I only use these presets right here from my Mix Essentials kit. And most of the time it's basically just EQs, where I cut out low end and boost some frequencies that sound good for each sound. So right here it's between 1000 and 2000 hertz. And also a little boost for the high end. This placement never would have happened if I didn't have the right connection. Someone actually hit me up with the vocals that were already recorded, and I got trusted to build a beat around it. And things like that only happen through real networking. And inside my upcoming system called Road to Platinum, I break down exactly how I build those type of connections. So the type of connections that lead to landing real placements. So if you're interested in my actual system about landing placements, then hit the first link in the description. You can sign up for the early access now, so you will actually get in a few days earlier. But now let's get back into the video. And then also what's important is the stereo image. So please pan your sounds to the left or the right side. For example, I always pan my hi-hats to the left side and all perks to the right side. That not only makes the beat sound more interesting, but you also get a wider stereo overall image of your beat. And also what I see a lot of producers doing is they level their open heads way too loud. So you don't want them to sound like this, but more like this. And now let's come to mixing the kick and the 808. And for that, it's really crucial that you have a good sound selection. If the sound selection is ass, your whole mix is gonna be trash. Especially on 808s and kicks, as I said, but also for all of the other sound. And on the 808, I just got an EQ, cutting out some frequencies at around 400 hertz, boosting some at around 1400, and boosting some of the high end. This is just my spins preset, also from the Mix Essentials kit. And for this beat, I didn't want the 808 to be very hard hitting and clipping. I just wanted it to sound clean because I wanted the kick to be more in the foreground. But of course, this depends on the style of the beat and your personal taste. And then it's really important to mix in the kick slowly. So play the beat and then mix in the kick to the level that you like it the most. And as you can see in this part, there is no 808 play. So what I did is I turned off the cutout from the low end from our sample, and then I just let the kick play. And to do that, just right click on the mix of the EQ and then hit create automation clip. And then you can just turn off the mix for the parts where you want the low end to play. So yeah, next time when you mix your beat, keep the following steps in mind. First, apply a high quality master preset, then mix your melody, so cut out the low end, cut out muddy frequencies, and make sure it is leveled between -12 and -15 dB. Then turn off the volume of all sounds and mix them in separately. Then add effects like EQ to get rid of muddy frequencies and to boost some frequencies that you like. Hand the sounds to the left or the right side to have a good stereo image. And finally, make sure your low end is mono, so cut out the stereo lows from the melody. And you can also make your kick and your 808 fully mono, but that really depends on the sound that you're using. So if you use an 808 which sounds really bright and white in the high end, then of course just cut out the stereo lows. But if you use a Spinz or a Zay 808 for example, then you can make it fully mono, and then next time you should be good. And this is the kind of breakdown that I go way deeper into inside my new system, Road to Platinum. It is my full roadmap on how I went from sending loops to actually landing placements, including how I mix everything. And the best part, it already drops on August 15th. But if you want an early, you can hit the first link in the description and sign up for the early access list to get in a few days earlier. So if you want to take the next step in your career and start landing placements consistently, it's your chance. But yeah, I hope this video helped you and you mix your drums with more intention the next time. Also, let me know what y'all want to see next. But with that being said, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.